Alrighty, so before we hop into the game this week, there are a few things that I want to go over, and that starts with the depth chart. We had been playing Jacques Yant at the fullback position because he is the much bigger halfback, but I was finding that I wasn't really having too much success with him, so we're actually starting Vokalek at the fullback position, but I actually have Austin Allen subbed into a lot of it in the formation subs as the option fullback, so he gets the carries because a tight end doesn't really get used that often in an option offense, and obviously he is one of our better players, so I do want to be able to get him carries because he is an impact player. We do have him listed at the starting tight end position, but he is going to be playing both. I've just moved him in and out on the formation subs. The other thing I wanted to come in and do was do a little bit of a recruiting update because I feel like we're spreading ourselves too thin with the amount of guys that I'm going after. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to remove some of them if I feel like I'm just too far back on the recruiting trail, if they're not really that interested in me anymore, and we're going to see if we can put more points into other guys that we do actually have a chance at getting. Like this guy right here, Mark Richardson, we've got 200 points going into him. We're his fourth school, pretty decently far back in the list. Not the most I've seen, but we don't need 3 defensive tackles. We're going after 2 of them. We need maybe 1, and he's also the smallest of the bunch, and with the 3-3-5 system, which is what we are running, and what I would like to continue to at least try to keep running, we don't need these small defensive tackles. Jamal Walker is a fullback here. He's the best fullback in the nation. He's from Nebraska. I figured we had a shot at him, but he wants to go out of state, I guess, more than he wants to come here. I could have sworn that his... Where am I looking at his... I guess not. I could have sworn that he was a close-to-home guy, but I guess it's more so playing time and stadium atmosphere, which we do have a good percentage in. He just wants to go to other schools more than us. And then, of course, we're already going after this guy, Lance Harris, and he's fine enough. We're in the lead for him. We're also going to stop going after this Mark Rivero guy, this center, number 2 center in the country. Oklahoma's taken a pretty big lead on him, and I just don't feel like we can really put that much points into him to keep going with him, so we're just going to take those 400 points out of him and put him somewhere else. We have a massive lead out here on Philip Bennett, and I would like to get him, so we're going to offer him a scholarship right now as well. Again? Oh my god. Again? And my game just froze. Are you... Come on, really? That's brutal. After a nice bounce-back win last week over the Kansas State Wildcats, Nebraska remains at home here at Memorial Stadium as they play host to the Charlotte 49ers of Conference USA. Will they overlook them like they did Wyoming, or will we see the Nebraska that came out against Kansas State last week? The Cornhuskers did win the toss and elect to kick to start the game, so Charlotte starts on offense as their quarterback Craig Reynolds keeps it here for a 9-yard rush to move the chains. Next set of downs, it's 1st and 10. Reynolds in the shotgun, dumps it off to Pearson, picks up about 9 yards through the receiving game. 2nd and 1 now. Reynolds once again in the shotgun. This time he hooks up with his running back out of the backfield. That is Calvin Camp. 4 yards, picks up the first down. 2nd and 7. Camp in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the other back. This time it's Shadrick Bird for a 15-yard rush. As so far, Charlotte is already having more success than Kansas State did moving the ball early on. But here, a big-time loss. 2nd and 12 now. Reynolds looking deep to the sidelines as he picks up his impact receiver, Victor Tucker, for the first down conversion. 3rd and 8 now, later on in the drive. Reynolds in the pocket. He floats it over to Dollar, and that one's going to be dropped right before the first down marker, so it's a 4th and 8. They would end up getting a, believe, false start to push them back, and then settle for the field goal and make it 3-0, and things don't start out well for Nebraska on offense as Ramir Johnson loses 5 yards on the option. 3rd and 16 later in the drive. Martinez dropping back, and he hooks up with Oliver Martin for the first down. Huge conversion on 3rd and 16, 36 yards through the air. And then we got Martinez running the option. He pitches to Gabe Ervin Jr. He's got a seam down the sidelines, and he takes it to the house. Gabe Ervin Jr., 30 yards to the promised land, and Nebraska's on top of this one, 7-3 after the extra point. Take a look at Herbie Husker getting down, doing the robot. As we take another look at the replay of the touchdown, the nice pitch from Martinez to Gabe Ervin Jr. as he gets pay dirt. And now it's 7-3 as we move things on late in the first quarter. And Charlotte's going to run a bit of the option here as well as Reynolds pitches to Good. And he's going to be tackled short of the first down marker, but he was taken down by a face mask, so they get an automatic first down nonetheless. So about at midfield now, Reynolds moving over to his right. He finds Pearson for a short gain, 4 yards, not enough for the first down, so it's 4th and 7. They punt to the Cornhuskers, so Nebraska's back on offense. Martinez rolling out, trying to avoid pressure, and he cannot do that as he is sacked. And they're going to be punting from their own goal line, or from the back of their end zone here, as Tucker breaks a tackle, gets past midfield, breaks another one, and just stumbles through for 13 yards. So now it's 3rd and 6 on their drive as the 49ers find Pearson here for a first down to convert on 3rd down. So it's 1st and 10 at about the 19. Now Reynolds trying to take off, find something himself, but instead he is sacked for a gain and no loss. It's sacked for 0 yards. Now Reynolds in the shotgun once again rolling out. He's going to fire across the other side of the field. Very unconventional throw. I guess they just make QBs different in the Conference USA as he converts to his impact receiver there, but then Calvin Camp gets plastered in the backfield by Garrett Nelson. 2nd and goal now. It's a split shotgun for Reynolds, and he's going to throw a pick. It's Newsome picking that in the end zone. I was trying to take it out, but for whatever reason, he just automatically kneeled it. So Newsome probably was the smart decision, but he gets the touchback. So now Nebraska on offense. Martinez rolling out to his right as the pressure comes. Nobody's there, but he does a little bit of their own magic here as he goes across the field as well, finds Ramir Johnson, who gets just short of the first down marker. And you need a few yards or you need inches, give it to Austin Allen, the big fella, as he picks up the first down marker. I think I called him 6'7" in the last video. He's actually 6'9", so he's pretty massive as Martinez hooks up with Martin there for the first down, and then here is running the option, keeping it himself, getting pushed out inside the 20, 22 yards on the ground for Martinez. Once again, the option here, Martinez pitches, and it bounces off a Charlotte defender, picked up by Hampton, a defensive lineman, and Nebraska turns it over inside the red zone as Charlotte takes over on offense. Reynolds moving around in the pocket, fires it out to Bird in the flats, loses 2 yards. So nothing going for Charlotte. That would be halftime as it's 7-3 Nebraska. We pick things up in the 3rd quarter here. It's the option yet again from Nebraska here. Martinez pitch, gets Ramir Johnson. He's got a big gain, crosses midfield. And now they're running the option once again. It's going to be a keeper for Allen. Picks up 6 yards, sets up 3rd and 2. Now another handoff to Johnson this time. He picks up the first down. So it's 3rd and 12 later in the drive. Martinez in the pocket, looking deep. He throws it up for Betts, and he cannot come down with it. So it's 4th and 12 as they would not be close enough for the field goal. So Charlotte takes over on offense. Tucker spins out of that tackle, and he picks up the first down and more. 22 yards through the air for the Charlotte 49ers. Reynolds running the option here, pitches the camp, but he is flattened for a 3-yard loss by JoJo Daman, the Dominator. 3rd and 10 now. Reynolds has his man for the first down, but he is going to drop that one, so it's 4th and 10, and Nebraska's acting like they did something. And now Martinez running the option again, pitches to Brody Belt, who's getting some action in the option game. 4-yard rush, and Martinez was hurt on the play. He would not be serious, but he had to come out for this game. And then Logan Smothers checks in at QB and immediately makes up on half of his legs here. Picks up more than he needs for the first down, 15 yards with his legs, and then he's running the option here. Picks up another first down as Smothers showing off that 90 speed. 3rd and 9 now, and he's going to float this one over the head of the DB, and Ramir Johnson laying out for it in the end zone. Why are we seeing Travis Vokalek's bio here? I have no idea, but what a throw by Logan Smothers to hook up with Ramir Johnson in the end zone, make it a 14-3 game here for Nebraska. Reynolds on the read option. They have that perfectly covered as DeSmook tackles him for a 2-yard loss, so it's 2nd and 12 here, and then we get another loss as now it's Will Honus tackling them for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 14 for the 49ers. Reynolds in the shotgun. He has a man, but once again they drop it. Just drops galore for this Charlotte team as it's 4th and 14. They punt, and then 4th and 4 for the Cornhuskers on offense, and Logan Smothers keeps it on the read option, gets 17 yards. It's about 5:45 left in the 4th quarter. Play action for Martinez now back in the game. He rolls out, finds Johnson, picks up the first, and now they're just short of the 10-yard line at about 11 is where Nebraska is. 2nd and 5 here. Martinez pitches it to Austin Allen. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They score again and extend their lead to 21-3 here as the big fella gets in the end zone. So 4:50 left in the game. Niners back on offense, and Reynolds is going to throw a pick to DeSmook here, who's had a nice game on defense, and Nebraska's going the other way with it as they will take over here. 4:46 left in the quarter. Martinez dropping back at a center. He's going to float it up down the sidelines, and who else but Ramir Johnson hauls it in inside the red zone. Martinez throwing it just as he's getting hit, and it's a perfect throw right in the breadbasket for Ramir Johnson. And now we got a heavy goal line set as Martinez finds Omar Manning, who shoves a man off him and gets into the end zone as Nebraska finds pay dirt yet again. A passing touchdown for Martinez to Omar Manning, and it's now a 28-3 game, and that would be your final score in this one as Nebraska easily handles the Conference USA Charlotte 49ers as they come up with a back-to-back wins here at home at Memorial Stadium as they are now sitting at 2-1 on the season. 355 yards of total offense for the Cornhuskers today, 47 rushes, 201 of them on the ground, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns through the air. Just an all-around very efficient day for the Cornhuskers offense. Once again, absolutely dominating possession. That is going to be a theme you will see with this team. If they're going to win games, they're going to dominate possession. Both Logan Smothers and Adrian Martinez each had a touchdown through the air as Smothers went 3 for 3 with a touchdown in his short time in this game, and then Adrian Martinez went 7 for 10 with 107 yards and a touchdown. And then you've got Ramir Johnson with a big day in the rushing game and the receiving game. 15 carries for 57 yards. Not the greatest day in the rushing, but you compare that with his receiving numbers, where he had 4 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. And then, of course, on defense, you had Markel DeSmook, the strong safety, who had 4 tackles. One of them was a big one for loss, and then he also had the late interception in the game in the 4th quarter. And after this game, our head coach, Wilbur Fisher, has leveled up to level 3. So, of course, we'll be putting that into the 3rd scouting trait. We have scouting now fully up to level 3, and we unlock the next tier of upgrades. But now is when the real challenge starts with this Nebraska schedule as we enter conference play, and we have Ohio State up next, luckily at home, but it's still the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, to look forward to in Week 4. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Nebraska Cornhuskers Dynasty here on College Football Revamped. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I am saying, Rutgers basketball.